Oh, hi. Welcome to a little a little behind the scenes stuff uh uh for the IDW dub. This is issue 5. I'm up to this part of the dub. I'm adding music at the moment. So everything else is edited, just not the credits because that's the last thing I do always. Because I'm adding music at the moment. Um so yeah, because I don't know what music I'm putting in yet, so I can't really make the credits without the music. So anyway, but yeah, so we're gonna play around with this a little bit.
And tons of mountain flowers.
I thought I'd turn that down.
Is everything okay?
Oh yeah, this place is great. There's
You can hear it go down a little bit, but I think it can probably go down to 10. This is the like the volume that the way it changes. So I've got like keyframes, but they're actually for the volume. So in certain parts, I have edited the actual video because the volume was a little bit too quiet or a little bit too loud. I can't recall which it was, but I think this part was a bit quiet. That was my fault though in the initial edit. But yeah, and then sometimes it's the actual music as well. So you can see I've got a few parts where I make it louder. I think. Wait, hold up. I think it's louder here. Maybe. Yeah, it's louder at the start and then it decreases when they're talking. And then high action scenes, I make it a little bit louder.
Man, yeah.
Hold on, incoming.
It's a metal pipe sound effect. That's my other thing as well. I also try to sneak in a metal pipe in every volume. Not every issue. I've snuck it in twice so far I've snuck it in twice in this issue, and from what I recall, I also managed to somehow sneak it into issue 6. I can't entirely remember. Maybe I did, but that might be my brain playing tricks on me. But it's definitely in this issue twice. It's here when they're beating up the badniks, and then it is also here when Charmy goes into the little cottage thing. There's several sound effects in that, and it's like buried into it. Let's see if I can play it.
Hold on, we'll get him. Come on.
Wait, I didn't even hear anyone. Oh yeah, I heard it. Okay, yeah. I'm like, hang on, did the audio clip not play? Yeah, but yeah, that's that's my little fun thing from the IDW dub. So every time we do volume of dubs, I try to sneak in the metal pipe sound effect at least once. In the last in the last volume, if you want to know where it was in issue 4, when Tangle was exploding the badniks. Yeah, that was the first time I included the metal pipe sound effect, and I intend on maintaining this tradition.
Have the best honey tarts ever.
That's cool and all.
This might be my recording messing with the audio, but that was really loud, this part here with Charmy going ever. So I think that I may need to turn it down, or no, that's already low enough. Hang on.
Oh, and they have the best honey tarts ever.
Yeah, that makes me flinch. That's how loud it is in my ears. All right, hold up. It was an audio issue messing around. My screen recording screwing around with the audio a little bit, which is a bit annoying, but not much I can do about it, unfortunately. But my other thing as well that I do with these issues is I try to dedicate 1 or 2 or however many games to each issue. So like for example, this issue, specifically like the parts with certain characters. So like for example, I can't remember what song I used for this. It might have been a song from Sonic Rivals 2. But so I try to keep a certain game to a certain issue. So for example, issue 5 is predominantly going to hopefully be Sonic Rivals 2 OST and Sonic Heroes OST because of this episode predominantly featuring SBO. It'll eventually show up. Yeah, Charmy and Vector and Dr. Eggman as well eventually as well. I said as well twice. And then we also have Neo Metal pop up as well. So my thinking is because of Neo Metal like being the main villain of this whole arc, I intend to have like more Sonic Heroes sounding music. But for like issue 8, for example, when the time comes, I intend on using like Sonic Rivals 1 and 2 OST and Sonic 06 OST as well. Simply because that issue is focused around like Silver. So it's Sonic and Silver in that issue. So I try to focus it on the characters. And I did the same thing for the first volume as well. So for example, in issue 3, it's predominantly focused around the Wisps. So I chose more Sonic Colors OST in that issue because its main focus was the Wisps. And then in issue 4, I mainly had Sonic Rush music, and I think I had Sonic. Was it Sonic Runners? I think I had Sonic Runners OST as well. There's a specific run. There's a specific. There's a specific song from Sonic Runners, that I have like assigned to Tangle, and it is her theme now. So I can't remember what it's called, but it is literally it's Tangle's theme. That is her song. And then I think for issue 1 and 2, I kind of just like did whatever because it was like I didn't really want to use more classic sounding like songs because I feel like it didn't entirely fit the theme of hey, like it needs to have a divide between this is classic and this is modern. So obviously this is modern. That's the way the music works with the IDW Productions. IDW, that's the way the music works in B-Hive Productions IDW dubs. That's the way I roll with it, at least. There's a lot of specifics I have with these dubs. Like more for me personally, like it's just there's certain things like so for example Shadow's skating sound effect obviously it's not in this because he's not in this issue until literally the last second, so but yeah, it's like Shadow's skating sound effect is very loud, so I set myself a rule that it cannot be any louder than like 50%, I think, or 25, either or, but it can't be any louder than that because then it gets too overpowering for the scene and then you actually can't hear the characters talking. In high action scenes, it's not so much of a problem, but yeah, in low action scenes or like dialogue, when there's dialogue on screen or just dialogue in general, if there's just dialogue, Shadow's skating noises cannot be above like 25. It is really really loud. And then like very specific things. So like here in this battle scene here, like these metal sound effects in this part here with SBO attacking the thing. I don't know what this is, the badnik. Like the sound effects cannot be any louder than like 50% because they get a little bit too overpowering for the scene and you won't be able to hear it. It's just a matter of making sure that things aren't too overpowering or too quiet. And it gets difficult sometimes to make sure that things sound right, especially with me because I'm a bit of a nitpicky person. I'm like, oh no, this sound effect doesn't sound right. No, I don't like it. And then yeah, there's a whole kerfuffle there. So we're going pretty smoothly with the production, I think. I've got all the lines. I'm just missing a couple. Like they were just missed on accident, so I'm just waiting on those. But that's not until issue 8 anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, so I'm done actually editing issue 5, and I finished issue 6 first, because I had everyone's lines for issue 6. So I'm just gonna be going through and finishing up everything. So what number is this? 5, 6, 7. Issue 7 with Neo Metal and Sonic. That's next on the agenda, and then 8 is the last one I intend on working on. And I'm very excited to be working on it still. Like, it's all very exciting. I love working on the IDW dubs. It's just awesome. Like, this is something I love to do, the IDW dubs, because they're just so, like, in my opinion, they're so fantastically written, and I love them so much. Like, especially the Metal Virus, and I'm really excited to get to the Metal Virus because it is just such a phenomenal story. I love it so much. I just realized something that didn't occur to me while I was editing was I could also try and incorporate the Murder of Sonic music as well, because although Neo Metal Sonic isn't in that game, the Chaotix, well, besides Charmy, Vector and SBO are in that game, so I think I might be able to incorporate it some way. I included the bass from Sonic Adventure 2 in this part, but I think I might incorporate a different one. Hang on. Let's see if this works.
Over the Chaos Emeralds.
I'm not familiar with that cut.
Yeah, that would work.
Lost Hex.
Let's see if I can include it. If we just do like there.
I certainly try.
So you don't...
Okay, so it's obviously too loud, but I think that'll work. That's really cool. Awesome. Oh, what a lovely, oh my god, what a lovely way to start the video. Good morning, everyone. It's definitely not morning. It's like midday. Anyway, we're doing more behind the scenes, but this shit is getting so laggy. It's so laggy, and Metal Sonic talks for so long, and also video effects. Whoa, whoa! Experimentation is very Sigma, guys. Anyway. Why did Neo Metal talk so much? He doesn't need this much dialogue. Relax, bro. No one's taking away your ability to speak. Unless you become normal Metal Sonic. But still, shut up! Anyway, I guess that's all I have to show because I can't really edit much with my audio screwing up while I talk. But, you know, uh, Merry Christmas if this is coming out at Christmas time. I think. I don't know. um, Maybe after Christmas time, so Happy New Year. And if it's after Happy New Year, if it's after New Year, um, I don't know. Have a good day, I guess. We don't know. I don't know. We don't have a provisional kind of date yet. Because it is, what's the date today? It's the 28th of November. So yeah, maybe Christmas before Christmas, just before Christmas, we'll get these out. But I've got some stuff that I want to work on beforehand, um, to like build up hype for these dubs. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, stick around for volume 3. Yahoo!